Oh, hello, great readers. I'm Belchan.
I'm Nimakung.
I'm Banchan.
In this class, I'll read to all of you a part of the Iliad of Homer.
Ass.
Ah.
The Iliad of Homer. Theodore Buckley. Chap. 15 sec 3. And mark their progress through the ranks in blood. Soon as they see the furious chief appear, forget to vanquish and consent to fear. Those with grief observed his dreadful course. Those, the bravest of the Ctulian force, skilled to direct the javelin's distant flight, and bold to combat in the standing fight, not more in counsels feigned for solid sense, than winning words and heavenly eloquence. Gods, what portent he cried these eyes invades. Alois, Hector rises from the Stygian shades. We saw him, late, by thundering Ajax good. What God restores him to the frighted field, and not content that half of Greece lies slain, pours new destruction on her sons again. He comes not. Jove, without thy powerful will, die. Still he lives, pushes, and conquers still. Yet hear my counsel, and his worst withstand. The Greeks name body to the fleet commend, but let the few whom brisker spirits warm stand the first onset, and provoke the storm. Thus point your arms, and when such foes appear, fierce as he is, the warrior spoke. The listening Greeks obey, thickening their ranks, and form a deep array. Each Ajax, Ciso, Merian gave commands. The valiant leader of the Cretan band, and wars like medges. These the chiefs excite, approach the foe, and meet the coming fight. Behind, armed multitudes attend to flank the navy, and the shores defend. Full on the front the pressing Trojans bear, and Hector first came towering to the war, spits himself the rushing battle edge. A veil of clouds involved his radiant head. High held before him, portent is shone, and shaded all the field. Spoken to Jove the immortal give consent, to scatter hosts and terrify mankind. The Greeks expect the shock from different parts, and mingle in the skies. Dire was the hiss of darts, by heroes flung, and arrows leaping from the bowstring sung. These drink the life of generous warriors slain. Those guiltless fall, and thirst for blood in vain, as long as Besporan moved the shield, set that full conquest hovering o'er the field. But when aloft he shakes it in the skies, shouts in their ears, and lightens in their eyes, deeper seizes every creaking breast. Their force is humbled, and therefore confessed. So flies a herd of oxen, scattered white, no swain to guard them, and no day to guide. When two felines from the mountain come, and spread the carnage through the shady gloom, impending fist pours around them fair, and Troy and Hector thunder in the rear. Heaps fall on heaps. The slaughter Hector leads. First great Arcesilas. Then Stitius bleeds. One to the bold bushins of Erdir. And 1 minute sees friend and famed Comprer. Medin and Assus. One is bet. This sprang from Phyllis. And the Athenian sledge. But hapless midden from Alois came. Him Ajax honoured with a brother's name. Though born of lawless live. From home expelled. A banished man. In Phylac he dwelt. Pressed by the vengeance of an angry wife. Troy ends at last his labours and his life. Micus the expelid Amazosper. And thee, brave Glenais, Pratigenus slew. By Paris. Deatrus inglorious dies. Pierced through the shoulder as he basely flies. Plates laid itches on the plain. Stretched on one heap. The victors spoil the slain. The Greeks dismayed. Confused. Disperse o'erfull. Some seek the trench. Some scope behind the wall. While these fly trembling. Others bent for breath. And o'er the slaughter stalks gigantic death. On Marish bold Hector. Gloomy as the night. Forbids to plunder. Animates the fight. Points to the fleet. Po. By the gods. Who flies? He dares but linger. By this hand he dies. No weeping sister his cold eye shall close. No friendly hand his funeral pie compose. Who stops to plunder at the signal hour. The bridge shall cheer him. Furious he sit. The smarting scourge resounds. The curses fly. The smoking chariot bounds. The host rush on. Thy clamour shake the shore. The horses thunder. Where thin ocean roar. A Aloud. Planted at the trench's bound. Pushed at the bank. Down sank the enormous mound. Rolled in the ditch the heapy ruin lay. A sudden road. Along an ample way. Now steeds. And men. And cars tumultuous pass. The wondering crowds the downward level trod. Before them flamed the shield. And marched the god. Then with his hand he shook the mighty wall. And the turrets nowed. The bulwarks full. Easy as when ashore an infant stands. And draws imagined houses in the sands. The sport of wanton. Pleased with some new play. Sweeps the slight works and fashioned domes away. This finished at thy touch. The towers and walls. The toil of thousands in a moment falls. The Grecians gaze around with wild despair. Confused. And weary all the poorest with prayer. Exhort their men. With praises. Threats. Comments. And urge the gods. With voices. Eyes. And hands. Experienced Nestor chief obtests the skies. And weeps his country with a father's eyes. O Jove, if ever, on his native shore, one Greek enriched thy shrine with offered gore. If Ilo, in hope our country to behold. We paid the fattest firstlings of the fold, if as thou signest our wishes with thine ad. But from the promise of a gracious God, this day preserve our navies from the flame. Thus prayed the sage. The Eternal gave consent, and peals of thunder shook the firmament. Presumptuous joy mistook the accepting sign, and cast new fury at the voice divine. As when back tempests mix the seas and skies, the roaring deeps and watery mountains rise. Above the sides of some tall ship ascend, its whom they deluge, and its roots they rend. The sudly roaring, and nose pouring all, mount the thick Trojans up the Grecian wall. Legions and legions from each side arise, thick sound the keels, the storm of arrows flies, fierce on the ships above, the cars below. These wield the mace, and those the javelin throw, while thus the thunder of the battle raged, and labouring armies round the works engaged. The good Alois, his wounded friend, he sprinkles healing bombs to anguish kind, and its discourse, the medicine of the mind. But when he saw, ascending up the fleet, victorious Troy, then, starting from his seat, with bitter groans his sorrows he expressed. He wrings his hands, he beats his manly breast. To be continued.